Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu5 and this is going to be a video response to Cutlery Lover. For us old school YouTubers, that used to be a thing. You can do a video response and it would advertise it on that particular video. It'll be like almost as if you were riding that video's coattails. And I used to do video responses to people. Now this is over the topic, is print dead? And as a related topic, is film dead? So I watch a lot of theological videos on YouTube, and I've always been interested in people's bookshelves. A lot of times these people do a lot of studying, and they have these big, elaborate, huge, fancy bookshelves, and I've always wanted to know what's in their bookshelves. So I thought I'd do that for you if you're interested. Now I'm going to talk about this real quick. I love shooting film. It's very expensive, it's tricky, it's a skill, but I have a film camera collection. The only film camera that's not up here is, or I actually have, I think 4 film cameras that are not up here, but I have my Monox PL, my Canon L3, my Nikon FM2, a very historical camera, my Veronica S2, and my Kiev 35A. I also have a Minox B, which is a very historical spy camera, sub-miniature spy camera. I think that's the one they used to save us from the Cuban Missile Crisis. Igor used that camera. But yeah, I love film, and I still shoot film. Now, this is my bookshelf. I'm just going to give you a walkthrough. First off, I want to explain books in print for me as a dyslexic ADD person. I spent a lot of time in the libraries in high school, and I spent a lot of time, I checked out many books, I checked out magazines, but I didn't put a lot of effort into reading novels because I figured as a learning impaired person, and I don't want to use that term handicap, that's not the right word. I am handicapped in that sense. I'm not disabled in the sense that I can't do it, but it's difficult for me. So I always thought to myself, if I'm going to use the extra effort to focus and read, which is very difficult for me, I'm going to learn something. But as I've gotten older, I really started to appreciate the value of fiction. And so, fiction is useful in understanding reality. Jordan Peterson will often get Disney cartoons and use them to analyze society. But you can do the same thing with novel books. And the one that I have open right now is Jurassic Park. I also got Lost World, and that's actually a 2nd edition. This is the Silmarillion First American Edition, Fall of Numenor First American Edition, The Hobbit First American Edition. These are 2nd editions, and this is Lord of the Rings First American Edition. And they're not like the historical First American editions, they're just the 1st edition in this style. Not like from the 50s or the 40s or whatever. But also, you notice that these have far edge artwork on them. I love the art of the book. This is Treasure Island and Kidnapped. You got this beautiful borders, you got some art gilding, and you got these really pretty paste downs and end papers. And let's get Firearms and Curiosa. This is one of my favorite Murder Marvels episodes concerning Firearms Curiosa. That's going to be your combination weapons, your novelty guns, like ring guns, anti-garrote guns, axe guns, helmet guns, belt guns. And look at this. You have this pretty paste down and end paper. Almost looks like wood, but it's kind of metallic. And you got actual gilded far edges. And I got the same from Elmer Keith, big game rifles and 6 guns and loads. But you know, a lot of knife books and educational books, Highland knife fighting, the Victoria Cross that saved the Empire, the book on the Laguiole knife, this little booklet. A lot of cool stuff. What book is this? Oh, it's Bowie knife fighting. Calligraphy, swords of the Anglo-Saxons, England, advanced nunchucks. This section is my theological section. I have NIV, NLT, and ESV. No, 2 ESVs and 1 NLT Bible. And yes, I do have some King James Bibles, but I'm not the biggest fan. Antique Polaroid camera. And then this is some non-Bible theological books, basically on the topics I'm interested in. I got Sahil al-Bukhari. This is a condensed version of it, because Sahil al-Bukhari is a hadith, and there's 9 volumes of it. And this section, or this book, basically has everything from all 9 volumes, but instead of the repeats and the you know, slightly different wordings of the repeats, it basically has all of them in 1 volume. I got the 3-volume Holy Quran, translated in commentary by A. Yusuf Ali. It's both in Arabic and in English, and it has English commentary by Yusuf Ali. I got the Quran with Christian commentary, and then I got different Christian apologetic books. A Lie Told Often Enough Becomes the Truth by Eric. He contacted me and wanted me to read it and give him my opinion. And I have that on atheism, Islam, Joseph Smith, street level apologetics. Let's see, pick that up. Now this shelf is basically all the books that are too big to fit in the top shelf. And Gentleman Knives. This is written by a YouTuber who specialized in European knives, but he also does American traditional knives. Mushrooms of the Gulf Coast. Skills from Field and Stream. Beekeeper's Bible, cool book. This is Remarkable Books. It's a bunch of historical books, first editions. You have the Dead Sea Scrolls, you got the Book of the Dead from Egypt, a lot of different books. And this is basically a catalog of those books, and you can look inside those books right there. And then there was the Sure Defense, the Bowie knife in America. I actually gave a tour of this exhibit on my YouTube channel. I was happening to go to Arkansas during the exhibit, and I took it upon myself to give a tour of that exhibit for YouTube. And the only thing that sucks about that video is I talked very softly because there was some other people in there, but my information was, you know, correct, and I talked with authority, and people really loved my tour of that book. Or tour of that exhibit. They told me, Austin, if you didn't give that tour, I wouldn't have been able to see that exhibit. So I actually got the catalog of that exhibit, where it catalogs every single knife that they had in that exhibit. And when I use the term catalog, I don't use it in the shopping sense. I use it in the sense that there's a catalog or a list and pictures of all of the things that book's about. I got 6 Guns by Errol Keith, Swords and Sabers, OSS Special Weapons and Equipment, books, Knives of London, 19th century antique knives that were made in London by London cutlerers, like of Shetfield, for example. Roots of the Long Star, that's about the Sacatripas knife fighting system that was popular in Texas and Mexico, spies, knives, World War II, Vietnam, and Polish saber. It has the history and the techniques of using the Polish saber. This is my photo album, and I just started this photo album, but I still shoot film, and I started recording what camera I use, what film that I use, and so on and so forth. And yeah, I still shoot film. Film is expensive to shoot, but it's very fun. And Jeff, you're going to love this book. You're the one that showed me this book. It's the Balisong Manual by Jeff Amida. Back when Benchmade was the Balisong King. I don't know if this is a first edition. It has a Library of Congress. It is not a first edition. I can see the ISBN number, but this has a Library of Congress thing on it. Really cool book if you're into Balisongs, especially the more of the old school manipulation. People say that I'm an old school Balisong manipulator. I don't do a lot of the zero gravity stuff. I do a lot more of the more traditional practical flipping. I'd really like a cold steel Polish saber so I can, actually practice it. But yeah, that's my bookshelf with some of my prized cameras on it. I got more film cameras, but they're not as fancy as these. And I like magazines. For example, if I'm really in a 1911 mood, I might get a Guns and Ammo magazine that has a page on 1911s, but then it might have a cool revolver that's new and improved, like the Taurus has a revolver that's optics ready for red dot. I might see a cool holster that's new and innovative. So a lot of times with magazines, I might be looking for something else, but I'm introduced to something completely new that I wasn't looking for. So that's my opinion on print. Print is not dead. It's going to continue to live. And believe it or not, the millennials and Gen Zers are keeping film alive. There's more Gen Zers and millennials shooting film now than there are boomers. So that's it. That's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Asatsu5, and I'm out.